But you don't. None of you. None of you deserves this.
Grandma, I never should have let Will move in with Kate and Stefano.
No, you shouldn't have.
And he just wanted EJ to not be with us anymore. I should have just kicked EJ out.
Right on his keister. We all tried to tell you.
I know you did. I know.
What?
It's just that Stefano wanted us to all be under one roof, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to go to Will, you know, and square things up with him, and maybe he'd want to move back on his own.
Well, I gather that's not happening.
I was making progress. I really was. And then he got a D in his advanced algebra class, and I read him the Riot Act.
Well, with all that's going on, maybe you shouldn't have read him the Riot Act.
I know that now. I just...
Maybe it just made you feel in control of the situation again.
Well, I'm not. I'm definitely not in control. He thinks Stefano is cool.
What?
Kate was lording it over me this morning.
Sammy, you have got to get yourself and your children out of there.
I can't. Grandma, I just can't.
Chad, please, let's just go.
No, wait a minute. How do you know him?
Everyone knows who Stefano DiMera is.
And everybody recognizes the Honorable Madeline Peterson Woods.
Chad.
No. You were telling me to stop hanging out with Will and his grandma and Mr. DiMera. Now, you walked up in here and made a scene. There's obviously something going on here, and I want to know what it is.
Vivian, if you got a brain in your head, you won't come anywhere near me.
Sounds like a marriage made in heaven. All right, Victor, what have you done now?
Wait. Where are you going?
I'm going anywhere but here.
You're not staying for the wedding?
The wedding's a farce.
I know. I can't tear myself away.
You're not even supposed to be here.
Look, I'm just worried about you. You seemed upset.
Stop. Give me a break. You were hoping that my grandfather was dead. You wanted to dance all over his grave.
Well, seems that my surprise didn't go exactly as planned.
You mean you blew it?
Oh, dear. You know, if you would change your mind and just stand by the side of your father through the ceremony, it would really help the situation.
You sent out a text that scared the hell out of me, okay? I mean, what the hell was that about?
However, if you would like a nice hair comb, I could probably hook you up with a really good one.
I'm really hurt that neither of you will listen to anything I have to say.
Oh, she's hurt.
Shoot.
Well, before I go, I'd just like to ask you one question. I know my dad, and I can tell he doesn't want to go through with this marriage. So what is going on? What exactly do you have on him?
Wow, I don't believe that woman.
Oh, I do.
Look, I know she's evil, but I didn't think she was this stupid. Victor hates surprises. If he gets grapefruit juice in the morning instead of his orange juice, he blows his stack, and she does something like this.
What I particularly enjoyed was the breathy, dewy-eyed way she announced this train wreck.
Yeah.
I also saw the way Victor looked at you when he said he was being forced to do this.
I can handle that.
Oh, you're forcing your father to marry Vivian. Vivian, and you're doing it to protect me.
All he has to do is produce that poison comb and that steel rod she was going to use to beat Melanie, and she goes to prison. He gets off the hook. I didn't think he'd actually marry the wench.
All right, she's a nightmare. He's your father, so you need to call off this deal, okay? You stop the wedding.
All right. Okay. I could do that for you. But as you know, it's a two-part deal. He either does what he has to do to neutralize her, or I kill her. Now, if you want, we can go plan B.
Hey, there you are. Well, at least Victor isn't hurt. Or dead.
Very kind of you.
I know.
God, you know what? You have been great through this, considering how Victor's treated you. You know you don't have to pretend to give a damn about this wedding. You can go home if you want to.
Sounds really tempting. Will you come with me?
Sure. Yeah. Right after I talk to Philip.
Look, you know my history with Victor, so I'd be lying if I said I want anything good to happen to that man. I just hate to see you so miserable.
Well, it hasn't been one of my best weeks.
Brady, you stood by me when I was going through hard times. Let me return the favor. Lean on me, please.
Is it too much to ask people to be happy for Victor and me?
I think it's too much to ask. You?
Oh, yeah, too much to ask.
Well, you know, after I lost Lawrence, I never thought I'd be happy again. And then for me to find someone, an old friend, well, isn't that something to celebrate?
Sure. Unless the woman is you.
Yeah. Well, we're all a little upset about this, so, yeah.
I got a text.
We all did.
So, what's wrong with Victor? Is it his heart?
No. He's not sick.
He's in love.
So, now what does this all mean?
What does this mean? He's marrying Vivian. Yeah.
That's what this is all about?
You can't kill Vivian.
If Victor doesn't marry her and keep her in line, she's gonna go after you. Not gonna let that happen.
You can't kill anyone, okay? It's murder.
I'd be defending you. There's not a jury in Salem that would convict me.
You know what? I'll just leave town.
You'd lose, she'd win. Best scenario. Worst scenario, she tracks you down and gets her revenge. Then everything you've done is for nothing.
All right, listen to me. You've got a daughter to think about, so will you stop talking about killing Vivian?
Okay. I guess dear old Dad's gonna get married today.
You set this thing in motion, Bo. You gonna stay here and watch it happen?
Will is very vulnerable right now, and Stefano, he would love to help Kate get one over you. You gotta go battle for your son's soul.
Chad, I hope you don't mind my saying it, but I mean, why do you talk to your mother like that? It is a little disrespectful. After all, what reason would she have to keep anything from you?
Don't plead my case, Mr. DeMera.
Well, it's like Will said. Saw a picture of my mom and Mrs. DeMera, and they looked like friends.
And I explained that picture to you. I was doing some legal work for Kate's company, and we were celebrating the signing of the contract.
Grandma said the same thing.
Well, my wife, she prefers to concentrate on the present and not the past.
Oh, well, they're measuring for caps and gowns. I gotta go. I'll walk out with you.
Chad, I'll see you at home.
Whatever.
Wow, that was unpleasant.
Calm down, Madeline. Your son is going to go to college in the fall. There's not going to be enough time for him to be tainted, even by me.
Yeah, well, he's not going.
Well, Will just said that...
He was accepted at Wake Forest, but he's decided to stay in Salem. I'm sure he's going to continue to see Will, which means he's going to keep on running into you.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure yet. But rest assured, I will move heaven and earth to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Why do you need to talk to Philip?
And just to make sure that Melanie's safe.
What, he won't do that without being told?
Have you seen my cell phone?
No, but I'm not surprised that you can't find it in all of this clutter.
It's not clutter, Kate. It's part of my new way of living life, you know, now that I'm gonna be here with you. Squeaky toys and whoopee cushions and maybe a dribble glass for you. It's all part of my plan.
I suppose you think that's funny.
I think it's a riot. You know, that's the problem with poisoning people or framing them for murders they didn't commit. There's just no sense of humor in it.
As the mother of your children, you are responsible for their mess. Oh, my God.
You are unreal, do you know that? How did Lawrence react when he found out that you cheated on him? Your life was ruined, so you want mine to be too.
I don't want that for you or for Daniel, which is why you have to tell him, Chloe, because if you don't, then I have to.
Tell me what? Hold on a second. Oh, no.
What is it?
What's wrong?
It's Victor.
Hey, it's me.
Something wrong?
I've been calling the house and nobody's picking up. What is going on?
Philip got a text message saying something's wrong with Victor.
Well, you know, call me as soon as you hear anything, okay?
Well, who sent the text?
Henderson. Henderson. Look, I can't wait around here until they call me back. See you. Bye.
Anything you need, or anything Ariana needs, all you have to do is ask.
Thanks. That could be her. Oh, man, it's my grandfather.
What about your grandfather?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Ariana's been arrested. Victor is hurt or sick or maybe dead. Well, cool little girl. I mean, things are finally rolling for you.
Brady, wait! Wait!
Hey, Connie, it's Bo Brady. Yeah, I'm back. Listen, I need a huge favor. I gotta drop Sierra off at her skating lesson, but then I've got this emergency with my dad. Yeah, exactly. You can pick her up from skating and... Great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Okay, bye.
Oh, Victor. I never meant it to happen this way.
Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Hi.
Guillermo.
Will. Friends of mine work here.
All right. Will.
So what are you doing in here?
Why? Shouldn't I be here?
You just don't seem like a Brady pub kind of guy.
Well, actually, I wanted to see you. And I was told that this is where you, how do you put it, hang when school gets out.
What do you want with me?
Well, sit down, come on. Sit. Actually, I wanted to talk to you a little bit away from the house, and I also wanted to tell you that I'm sorry I was not able to help you about your poor marks in algebra.
I can risk it. If Mom found out, she would have said you're trying to help me cheat, and she would have thrown a fit.
You want to know something? Will, she would have been right.
What? Kate? Is it Lucas? Or Allie? I mean, I haven't heard from them. That's why I'm looking for my cell phone. Just tell me what it is.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with Lucas. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. I need a drink.
Hey, I'm gonna head over to Victor's to find out what the hell's wrong, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll call you later.
Yeah, Daniel?
You know what, Chloe, please talk to him.
I can't deal with this right now.
I didn't mean right this minute.
I'm going with him, all right?
Bo?
Hey, listen, I'm taking Sierra to her skating lesson, and then I gotta go over to Victor's. Apparently there's something wrong with him. Henderson texted me.
Daniel got the same text. He's on his way over there. I was about to call you.
Oh, good. Can you come?
I'm on my way.
Hang in there, Victor.
Just a wee bit early in the morning, isn't it, Kate?
Sydney woke me up at 5 a.m. I guess it just seems like it's cocktail hour.
You know what? She's an early riser. And sometimes she wakes up crying. And you would too if you'd been through what she's been through.
I would never blame Sydney. Don't you just think you and EJ could get to her a little sooner?
You know what? I don't like living here any more than you want me here. EJ has hired a contractor, and the second my mother's townhouse is finished, I will get out of here, and we will be gone.
We?
My children and I.
Does that include Will?
I hope so, yeah.
You know, I don't think it's a good idea to ground him for getting a bad grade in a subject that he really has trouble with. I mean, that's really not the way to get him to want to live with you on a permanent basis.
Well, Kate, he's obviously not getting the supervision that he needs while living here, is he?
He loves living here. And Stefano and I really like having him here. We do, both of us. So I wouldn't count on him leaving here anytime soon.
Why are you standing up for my mom?
Oh, your mother and I, we have had our differences.
You think?
But she has moved into my house because of you. I admire that. And I'm very pleased about the way she is raising you, your brothers, and your sisters.
She's always on my case.
What case is that?
She expects me to be perfect. Straight A's. While she runs around and does whatever she wants.
You make it sound as if she's having a good time.
She has 3 kids and she has another one? That's just stupid. And then she decides that EJ can't know she's pregnant. So Johnny and Allie get shipped off to the relatives, and then she goes into witness protection? We didn't know when she was coming back. We had no idea what our lives are gonna be like.
Of course.
But then she met Rafe. And he was such a stand-up guy. And I thought, oh, wow, yeah, maybe things are gonna be normal again.
Well, you see, your mother is a very emotional woman.
Tell me about it.
And sometimes she lets her emotions get the best of her, eh? And that can be very painful, could hurt people that she loves.
It's true. She should be more like you.
You're joking.
I mean, I never see you freak out.
Oh, listen, Will, you know, this freaking out business, it's a waste of time. It never gets you what you really want. Have you ever heard the saying, don't get mad, get even?
Works for me.
Victor! Henderson! Hey, have you seen Victor? He's not in here.
No, he's not on terrace either. Where is he?
I have no idea.
Hey, where is he?
I don't know. I just got here. Did you guys get the same text I got?
Sounds that way, yeah.
Well, no one's picking up here. I tried to sell and I went straight to voicemail.
No one's called 911 or checked into the ER.
Did you find Victor? Oh, thank you all for coming.
What have you done, my father?
Why didn't anyone call 911?
What is going on, Vivian?
Where is he?
I am flattered that you try to emulate me.
Not 100% or anything.
No, of course. Who wants to be someone else? But, you know, I have to tell you, Will, I'm very happy that you are staying at my house because you and I, we seem to have an understanding.
Hey. Hey. This is my Grandma Kate's husband, Stefano DiMera. And this is my friend, Chad.
Chad, hello. Grab a chair. Sit down.
Yeah.
So, you are in Will's class?
No, I'm a senior. Chad's going to college next fall. Maybe Wake Forest.
Ah, the college guy. Good for you.
Get your hands off my son.
I know that I was in this room the last time I used my phone. Oh, thank God.
You know, Sammy, Stefano and Will do have a great rapport. You must see it.
Look, Kate, I'm willing to participate in this charade that we have that Stefano is nothing but a slightly bossy, grumpy old grandpa, but we all know the truth. He's immoral, corrupt, and an old bastard.
Well, there may be one thing you haven't thought of.
I don't want to hear what you think that is.
Yeah? Will is no longer a child. He has his own opinion about things, you know. Maybe he knows all about Stefano's dark side, just doesn't care.
I'll make him care.
Really? You see, because I don't think that's going to be so easy to do. You know, when you get to know someone, when you experience them as a human being, you care for them in spite of all of their flaws. I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
We'd better not be talking about EJ.
No. No, I'm talking about Will. Will, who's at the crossroads in his life. He's ready to go out and make his place in the world. What kind of role model are you for him, Sammy? Flinging yourself at man after man. You had to get a paternity test to find out who the father of your baby is. All you really have is a bunch of kids.
All right, maybe that's how you see my life, but you have no idea, all right? None.
But then there's Stefano. Stefano, who has wealth and he has power, as well as all the rewards of family.
You are unbelievable. The way you gloss over all the broken kneecaps and hits that he's taken out to get all that wealth and power. And what did you call it? The rewards of family? His children hate him. But you know, I do love picturing you two lovebirds sitting before a crackling fire, swapping stories of the hits you've taken out on people to get ahead in life.
I love Stefano. And I loved Victor. Part of me still does.
Which part? The Louis Vuitton part?
He's the father of my son. And it's Chanel, darling.
Grandma, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you had called. I just found my phone. What? I'll be right there.
Tell me where Victor is, or we're taking a trip downtown.
Oh, dear. This is getting a little out of hand.
What is?
Well, what if you said something about being too late? Well, in fact, you're just on time.
For what?
What are you trying to get away with now?
It's all this racket. And what are you all doing here?
Hey, Grandma.
Oh,
hi.
Sammy, I'm so glad that you're here. Good.
How's Daddy?
Well, they're doing another MRI just to be sure he's not seriously hurt.
Okay. Well, how's he seem, you know? Is he yelling at everybody, demanding to go home?
In very colorful language.
Good. Good. Then he's going to be okay. I can't believe they think that Rafe's sister's the one behind the muggings.
I can't believe it either. I hired her for the pub because I thought she was such a fine person.
Well, I mean, she is. Come on, Grandma. She is Rafe's sister. Obviously, she's a good person, and she's engaged to Brady, and he was one of the people attacked. So it's clear that she's not really responsible.
Well, there's evidence. The flashlight has her fingerprints on it.
That doesn't mean anything, especially in Salem. Everything's such a mess.
I get the feeling you're not just talking about Ariana and what happened to your dad.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine.
I've heard that before. Sammy, you might as well tell me I'm just going to keep bothering you until you do.
Grandma, I just can't believe I let myself get talked into moving into Stefano's house.
What's the matter with you? Have you completely lost your mind?
Let's just get out of here.
Look, is there something wrong with Mr. DiMera shaking my hand?
I have told you about Mr. DiMera.
Please. The young man was just trying to be polite. He came over to say hello to Will. Will introduced us. We shook hands. There's no harm in that, Madeline.
Stefano, with you there's always harm.
You two know each other?
Why are you all looking at me like that?
We got a text from Henderson.
Henderson can't text. He's still getting used to the push-button phone.
Oh, you're alive.
Why wouldn't I be? And what are you doing in my house?
We thought something happened to you.
Like what?
Oh, like a heart attack or a stroke?
Or Vivian.
Excuse me?
Henderson, you better have a good explanation.
Victor.
What?
It wasn't Henderson, it was me. I sent the text messages from his phone.
And why would you do that?
Because if a message came from me, you wouldn't take it seriously.
And you wanted us here why?
That's what I want to know.
Because Victor and I are getting married today.
So you called my sons and my grandson and my godson and told them that I was ill or hurt so you could get them here for a wedding that's a surprise to me?
Victor, you're all right.
Yes, of course he is, darling. We're so glad you're here.
What is this?
This is called a wedding. And it would be a bittersweet occasion for you, considering all the experience you've had with happy marriages.
What you talking about?
She claims that she and Victor are gonna get married today. She's the one who sent out the texts.
Did you really think this was gonna work out well for you?
Well, we've been planning to get married for weeks, but I was afraid to say anything because some members of this family have a few issues with me.
A few issues?
Well, I thought it could be a solitary, somber occasion, you and I just facing the judge, and I knew you didn't want that. So this is your big, fat Greek wedding. Isn't it wonderful, darling?
You can all go home now. I may have to be subjected to this debacle.
Oh, honey, I don't know. In a strange way, he's become my son-in-law. We both love Melanie. I think we should have a relationship, especially if Victor's going to go ahead and marry this lunatic.
Fine. But come home with me. You're not on call, and you have no reason to stay here. Okay? We can go home, open up a bottle of wine, and talk.
There's a hard choice. Let's say here. Stay here and watch Victor marry a psychopath. Or go home with my hot fiance. Have a bottle of wine. And what was that? Talk?
Mm-hmm. I won't let anyone ever hurt you, okay?
As long as you're in my life, nothing will.
Then Vivian announces that she'd gotten a hold of Henderson's phone, sent out a text saying father had been sick.
Because she wanted us all here for her wedding to Victor.
Ah, I see. Can I ask you one little question? Does Victor know about this surprise?
Well, he was...
Furious. He was furious.
He went upstairs and I haven't seen him since.
Oh, dear. Well, you might want to run after him because he could be miles away by now.
Well, I'm glad you're all having a nice joke at my expense. I'm sorry it's such an insult to you that Victor happens to care for me.
So, how are you going to stop this?
You're a happy woman now, aren't you? You're going to have a field day with this one now, aren't you?
No, it'd be too easy.
Why don't you just go away, Maggie? Really not very good company at the moment.
Does she really think she can pull off a veil? You know, I always thought the Book of Common Prayer could easily be called the Book of Common Sense.
I was hoping we could talk a little theology.
Marriage is not a state to be entered into lightly.
Oh, believe me, ain't nothing lightly about this.
Victor, does she literally know where the bodies are buried?
No.
Oh, so then this is simply an instance of unbridled lust. Sorry. I mean, I swore I wasn't going to go there.
Just can't help yourself.
Oh, but Victor, you're my friend. And friend, what you're doing is just so wrong.
You don't know the whole story.
Well, I know you. I know this isn't love. I know you think you're in control. And you have a plan within another plan. And you're, for some reason, marrying her. And then you'll pull all these little maneuvers to save the day or the family or think that you have. Victor, don't do it.
This really bothers you, doesn't it?
Don't waste time on this stuff. Time, it's not infinite. You have your boys, you have your grandchildren, you have a wonderful mind, and money to do whatever you want. Don't waste it on this stuff. Let the games stop. Finally.
Grandma, I can't tell Will how to think or what to do. Remember how well that worked on me when I was 16?
Sammy, I've always believed that raising children is like planting a little tiny microchip in their brain that only activates when they're really going to do something to hurt themselves. It's your voice saying, please, if you love yourself, don't do this. Love yourself as much as I love you.
I hope I did that.
I think you did.
Thanks for saying that, Grandma.
I meant it. And just for insurance, I'm going to say a novena, asking for Stefano's downfall in a week. Or, well, 2.
I have told this to Kate, and now I am telling you. I will do whatever it takes to keep Chad from having anything more to do with Will or Kate or you.
Are you afraid that I'm going to corrupt him?
I saw you turning on the charm as I walked in. You would do it just to get back at me.
You don't matter to me in the slightest.
I know you, Stefano. And if I find you anywhere near Chad again, I'll produce that tape. And your life as you know it will be over.
Well, that was just so none of my business. I'm afraid I got carried away.
Why don't you be more like me? I never butt in and tell people what to do.
Okay, Victor. One last-ditch effort. Vivian texted everyone and said you were sick. She has it coming.
Has what coming?
This. You're going to climb out the window and wait out back. And I'm going to go downstairs and announce that you were summoned by the UN to rescue the Greek economy. And then I'm going to come around and pick you up and drive you to the airport.
You're telling me to run away. Run away, run away.
Honey, I'm offering you a ride.
And what?
What?
Well, I was just thinking what a ride it could be.
Are you going?
Are you kidding? Now that this is a done deal, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to stick him in and throw the rice. Let's go.
Oh, thank God.
Ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Hey, Philip, Daniel, Brady. Can you hang out for a second? We need to talk. There's something you don't know about.
Mommy doesn't have a treasure box.
Yes, you do.
Damn it, woman, do you want a wedding today or not?
It's you.